I'm just going to discuss some of the basic things in like when we are building our research profiles. I think most of you will be aware who are active in research. I'll just going to touch different section and what is the purpose of each platform and what is actually important to have a research online research profile. So we'll start with the importance, then we'll discuss one of the most commonly known ID in our field, ORCID ID, then different political scholar, Scopus, Web of Science, and then we'll have a brief overview of academia, ResearchGate, Kudos, and Publons as well. These are some, you can say, social networking website for research, and then different scientific indexes which we use in the research. Actually, all of this is required for our research, maintaining our research in Polytechnic, and then from now on, whatever research we are going to do in Bahrain Polytechnic. Our target is to maintain proper database for all the researches done by our faculties and across the Polytechnic by anyone. And also make sure that when you apply for your research for any type of research support, you are already aware that what kind of support you are going to get, because we have published some of the like part of the criteria, and the detail will be published very soon on Moodle page. So you will be able to yourself identify that what kind of support you are going to get for this kind of publication, whatever you are doing. So that is our main target regarding this particular presentation today, that so that everyone can be aware about the publication they are doing or the research they are doing and what kind of support they can expect from Bahrain Polytechnic. So the importance of any online research profile, whether you are in Bahrain Polytechnic or let's say you are doing research otherwise. So to enhance your visibility as a researcher, then it is also when your visibility is good, so then it is quite possible that different collaboration opportunity might arise, so that different people can contact you for collaboration on their research project or on your research project. Let's say if you post something about that, okay, I'm going to work on this XYZ research project and I'm looking for collaboration. So if when people see your visibility, when they see your research profile, so they will contact you or how they can contribute to your research. Then of course, if you have proper solid profile available online, then there will be credibility on will in of your profile in your field. Then of course, networking opportunities will also increase, and then the number of citations in on your work, that means the impact of your work will also increase, because when the people will see, they will see your articles. So they will, if they find something important according to their research or whatever, something relevant, which is relevant to their research, so they will try to cite your publications. So some of the main platform that we are going to discuss today is Google Scholar, then Scopus, and Web of Science. These are popular platform for building and managing research profile. But there are, like, for example, we already have three, and there are many others as well. So how to maintain a unique profile across all these platforms? Or then, because maintaining, for example, in this case, if we say three profiles, so it is still time consuming to maintain three profiles. So there is one unique identifier or persistent identifier, which is unique to every researcher and over the internet, you can say, or over the research database. It's called as ORCID. And ORCID ID is support automated linkage between you and your professional activity. So whatever kind of research you are publishing or any kind of publication you are doing, so you can link that publication to your ORCID ID, and you just maintain this particular profile, and all the major profiles or all the measures, you can say research database or like Google Scholar and others like Scopus, Research ID from Web of Science, they recognize this very well, and then you can make a connection between them. So that means just creating or maintaining one profile kid ID, you can still maintain other profiles just by clicking some buttons only. You don't have to enter anything anywhere else. Okay, so in this, the just journalist step, just like any other website, when you create your profile, so same thing you have to do here. Just go to ORCID IT website. I'll just try to show how it works. Okay, so just go to this particular website, sign in or register. Okay, I'm already signed in, so it's just the simple process. You like register, click here on register, and then just provide your name, your email. Okay, and that's it. It will send one confirmation email, and then you can register. And then after registration, you are going to sign into your account. It's better to use your, like for example, affiliation. Here I have affiliation, my affiliation at polytechnic.ph or my institute from where I did my PhD. So I have affiliated, use both of those email. The reason for keeping all these affiliation here is that it can automatically, if you publish anything using this or using this email, it will automatically identify or record those publication into your profile. Okay. Then you can do your keywords as well, the topic in which you do research. You can add those topic or the countries where you have been or wherever you have been registered. Then here it also maintain a profile of all the educational qualification, just like any other professional network. So you can put that here. And then if you have any membership funding or invited, okay, this is not very well maintained for me, but if you have something, you can keep. And then all your research publication, they will be automatically sourced. For example, this I did not enter it here. It was automatically sourced by Crossref into this ORCID. So similarly, for example, from Scopus or Elsevier or any other platform wherever you have published, so it will automatically collect the references from there and maintain this one. For example, if you have some patents, so it will uh, collect those as well. Okay, or any kind of research publication. There is a possibility that there can be more than one source. For example, this article was published and there are it has two ISSN number. This particular journal, it has two ISSN number. So that's why it is showing that there are two sources from they got the information about this particular article. Okay. Is that clear to everyone? And then like for example, if you want to record, it's most of the time like when you are doing you are reviewer for any particular journal, so they ask you whether you want to record your contribution on this particular website. So for example, I usually don't record, but for just for this particular purpose to show this one. So I have like example, I have recorded this activity that I have reviewed an article in IEEE transaction on this intelligent transporting system. Okay, and then you can change the privacy label as well, that who can see these reviews or your profile for every articles. You can set it differently, or you can set it like in a single go for the entire profile. Okay, just go to the settings and then you will be able to find it from there. Sorry. Now the important thing here is this particular. This number is your ORCID ID. And whenever you are publishing any article in any of the journal or any conference, just try to use this particular ID. Because when you are using this ID, all the database maintainer, means all the sources where we maintain the database of all the research articles, whether it's Scopus, whether it is, let's say, Web of Science or any other. So they use this identifier. So if your article has this identifier associated with it, so that means it will be automatically collected or added to your profile by databases. That means, for example, let's say you are going to publish a research article in a conference. Now, once the article is published in the conference, then it will be indexed, let's say, for example, IEEE Explore. So now when the IEEE, when the organizer, they will send this to the IEEE to maintain it in their database. So they will store this information as well, this ID as well. So now when they will, it will be added to the IEEE Explore data. At the same time, it will be archived by, or it will be recorded in this platform as well. Okay. Same thing, and this thing apply for all the research articles, whether it is journal publication, whether it is a patent, whether it is, in case of patent, it is a little bit different because in patent there is a different criteria because like for example, some organization, they don't put their record or information into other databases, and sometimes you have to manually add the patents. But in case of journal articles or other book chapters published, or for example, conference paper you have published, they will be automatically recorded by other data sources, and at the same time by this particular ID. Okay. So now this is the use of our ORCID ID, and this is one of the most important profile which you have to create if you want to move to research and you want to start your research and maintain a good profile or over a good research profile over the internet. So it is a must thing to do. Okay, and at the same time, is accessed by different professional network as well. For example, you create this ID and any journal you want to, let's say there are thousands of journals, and now you want to publish one article in XYZ journal. And you when you want to submit there, you have to go and create a profile there, right? It happens with every journal. Then you have to remember those password and everything. But if you have ORCID ID, you can just log in using your ORCID ID there in that particular journal. Most of the research journal, at least the good ones, uh, uh, I'm talking about at least like who are which are indexed in a particular indexing like Q4, Q3, or Scopus or Web of Science. At least those have an association with ORCID ID, and like for example, you can directly log in using your ORCID ID instead of creating multiple username password for each different journal.